My name is Margaret Harris, better known as Grandma Harris. I'm a Cree Indian from northern Manitoba. And how did the traditional mothers get started? In Prince Rupert, my husband worked for the company for 31 years. And one day I had this dream. And I don't know whether it was a dream, whether it was a vision. But this person spoke to me and said, I'm going to send you away to teach. And I answered and I said, don't send me. Send my husband. He's the educated one. So he said, but I'm going to send both of you, and I'm going to teach you. So I came to Vancouver. My husband went to UBC, and after 6 years he finished, he graduated, and I went to look for an apartment, and we found one. And one night I got a phone call, 10 o'clock Sunday night, come to work tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And I thought, well, I'm not looking for a job, but I will go. So I went. And when I got there, here were these young mothers that I was supposed to teach. And I knew exactly what I had to do because all the 6 years that I was waiting, I was being taught traditional teaching, what I learned when I was a little girl. And that's how traditional mothers got started. And that was 20 years ago, approximately over 20 years ago. And about 200 girls went through our program. And we only know of about maybe 3 that went back to the streets. And I want to introduce one of my favorite girls, Lorna Morrison, who was one of my first students, and she will tell you what the program has done for her.
My name is Lorna Morrison, and my real name is Yuspi Susque, and I'm one of the students that went through the Traditional Mothers Dance Group and Life Skills program. And before I started that program, I was not in a good way and struggling, and so I met a teacher, and she introduced me to a counselor at Indian Homemakers. And the counselor at Indian Homemakers asked me if I wanted to take a parenting skills group. And at first I said no, because I thought my parenting skills were good. And so I was resistant, and then finally after she asked me again, I went to this building, and then I went into this room, and it was a really, really nice room, and it was really calm. And out of this other little room came this little elderly lady, and she asked me what my favorite color was. And I said my favorite color is red. So she said, well, come over here then. And so I went into the other room, and she got me some cloth to make a shawl. And that elderly lady was our elder grandma, Margaret Harris. And so I went through the program. It was a 3-month program. And there we were taught life skills and family skills and budgeting and traditional culture. And so I loved it so much that I wanted to come back. So I came back and I asked if I could be a volunteer. So they said that it was okay that I could come back and be a volunteer. So I stayed with them for a number of years, and I became the teacher's assistant, and then I became the elder's assistant, and then I also helped to coordinate the dance group. And so throughout those years, I learned a number of skills to help with my family and to help the girls with their family situations. And so I'm still here, and I'm still helping to get funding for our group, which is right now it's really important that we find the funding to continue with our programs and the work that we do in our community.
Traditional Mothers is a non-profit society. We don't get funding, but we survive by donations. So sorry, dear. Some of the girls have been with me for 20 years. I started this program 20 years ago. And now I'm 80 years old, so I'm getting on. The regalia that you see them wearing, they made themselves. Right from their moccasins up to everything that they have on, they've learned to make themselves. And the songs and dances that I teach, that I learned when I was a young girl. So give them a big hand. They're doing a beautiful job. Thank you.